The recording now. And for the sake of the recording, I will say that this is the December 17th meeting of the Board of Health. We have a quorum present. Myself, Catherine Hilton, the chair. We have Garrett Simonson, Noreen Pease, and Arlene Reed. Wim Levine is absent. And we also have as our guest David Gillis, who is our new health agent.
Welcome.
Thanks,
Arlene,
Arlene.
thank you so much for joining the meeting from far away.
Oh, my pleasure. Sure.
Okay.
We just pulled in, so
Oh my goodness.
not long ago. So yeah.
So let's get the first thing out of the way, and that's the minutes from last meeting.
Mhm.
Do I hear a motion to accept these minutes?
I'll move.
So moved. Oh,
Second. I'll second.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Any discussion? Any changes or anything like that? All right. So all in favor of accepting the minutes? Garrett?
Yes.
Noreen? You're muted.
Yes.
Arlene?
Yes.
And Kat, yes. So that is that. Before we start a conversation with Dave, I wanted to report to you on what I have learned about battery energy storage system regulation here in town. I had an extremely long hour-and-a-half conversation with Lenny Zerwanka. And Lenny basically does not want to see us adding any more requirements. He is willing and quite able to enforce the fire code, no more, no less. And I happened also to talk to Mo Gregoire, who told me that that Lenny is exemplary in this regard with respect to these storage systems in home applications, that he is very, very strict and follows the code very closely. So I think we can have a lot of confidence in him. I asked him, among other things, and by the way, he lent me his copy of NFPA 855, which is the fire code for battery storage systems. So we can, I'll make some scans of the relevant pages, although I got the impression from him that they're all relevant, and there's probably 100 or two and they're in tiny print. But anyway, we have access to that. So I asked him the question that was raised at our last meeting, which was, is there an emergency response plan for the storage system on Pratt Corner Road that's associated with that solar installation there? And he said it's pretty simple. They told him, and by they, I assume the operators of that system, they said, if it catches fire, let it burn, and just make sure that it doesn't catch anything else on fire. I gather that the thing is, if it catches fire, it's ruined, and there's no point in trying to save it and make a mess. Basically, all you do is just wait for it to burn out and avoid what Lenny called exposures, which is something else catching fire.
So I also asked Michael DeCara about whether or not there is an emergency plan at the Wheelock track. That's what we're talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah, on Pratt Corner Road. And he said he did not think so, but he said that he thought that the batteries that they have there are not lithium ion batteries. They're a step down, considerable step down in terms of fire risk. They are lithium iron, and I think there's manganese in there too. So it is on the hierarchy of fire risks in these battery types, it is a good deal lower than a lithium ion system.
In that webinar that we watched about them.
Mhm.
It gave that table and it showed the
Mhm.
lithium ion ones, and then it showed that next one, which I
Right.
think is the one that you're talking about. And they did say that most systems now are using that battery and not the lithium ion
Good to
battery.
know.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I mean. That's
I
what
forgot.
the
I-
webinar, as I recall.
Yeah, I forgot that piece, but good to
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Um, so so I got the impression from both Lenny and Mo that there's no real reason for us to be regulating these systems in a residential context.
Okay.
So that, I mean, I think basically what we've been asked and urged to do is put some limits on the big commercial type systems
Mhm.
that would be associated with a solar array or something like that, on a commercial scale. The likelihood of that's happening, it seems pretty low, doesn't it? I mean, from what we learned in that webinar, I mean,
Mhm.
they're supposed to be, attached to some kind of energy generation system, and also adjacent to some kind of substation or other facility for moving energy back and forth. And that seems, at least for now, like something that's just not going to happen here. I'm not suggesting that we want to just not have a regulation, but I think we need to think about limiting it to higher than a certain number of, I don't know, megawatt hours or kilowatt hours or whatever it is that would leave small scale and residential scale systems um, to other entities like the fire chief, the electrical inspector, and the building inspector. Any thoughts on that from you guys?
Well, although I don't think it's likely that a big mega system would look to be installed in Shutesbury, it's not impossible. If the Wheelock track was constructed, then somebody could propose clearing a whole nother tract and doing another installation. But I agree with you that a big mega project is unlikely given our terrain and the amount of forested land that we've got. I think there are enough hurdles for an entity to get over to put one here in Shutesbury, but not impossible. And then the only other thing I would say about it is that although Lenny and Mo have maybe a handle on the electrical code and the fire risks, there are other things like like where they drawing the water from? Are they, the depletion, the risks of depleting the aquifer and the use of PFAS and stuff like that? And do we want to be mindful of those issues in case a system is proposed?
Yeah. If we're talking about a commercial type system, absolutely. I don't think that we should just give up on the idea of a regulation, but I think we should narrow it down to something that would be remotely within our jurisdiction. But I do want to point out that I think the reason it works at the Wheelock property is that they have access, at least I think this is true, that they have access to the substation down Pratt Corner Road.
Okay.
Right. And as to the best of my knowledge, we don't have any substations.
Any others?
Down.
Okay.
And so that would be a real obstacle. Nevertheless, what we do now is gonna be enforced for the future, and things can change. So
they sure can. Yeah.
Interestingly enough, Lenny is not worried about fire risk from these. What he is worried about, and he told me that he anticipates or speculates that the next house fire is going to be from battery operated tools
Mhm.
like lawnmowers and weed whackers and stuff. After talking with him, I came straight home and unplugged mine. Um, um, and so we agreed, he and I, that when he is less busy, and maybe me too, we're going to collaborate on some public education about that, about safety, fire safety with respect to electric batteries and chargers.
Mhm.
I don't think we should leave bikes out of that, Kat.
I'm sorry?
We shouldn't leave bicycles out of that too.
Right. There
Mhm.
was that fire in Amherst.
Mhm.
Yeah. Right. I don't know if there are many in town here, but there might be. And I mean, it only takes one to start a fire, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Does anybody know if they have more advanced, lower fire risk batteries in use in those electric bikes?
I don't know.
That would be interesting to find out.
Mhm.
You guys, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm good friends with a thermal engineer and a mechanical engineer, and he's also got a master's degree in like 4 different areas, and he works for Raytheon in the space systems and the military applications. And we were discussing the lithium ion battery storage systems and containment systems and the fire suppression systems and the PFAS contamination to your aquifers and that sort of thing. And he was telling me, we had a long discussion. There's some new battery technology coming out now that they're getting away from aluminum. They're getting away from lithium, and they're going. It's more aluminum-based battery, which is not a priority pollutant. So if something they had a big fire or something, and they had to put it out, you wouldn't have any PFAS or anything like that getting into your aquifer or any priority pollutant or heavy metal would be contamination to those aquifers. So there are some new technologies. But I know out in Wendell, Mass, they had a big, I don't want to say protest, but they had a big uproar over the battery storage systems for lithium battery storage systems. And in Orange, there was Hunt's Farm. He owns a big battery array, solar array system down here, and he's trying to get a huge megawatt lithium storage system. And he called me to do some consulting for him. And there's some holdup right now with the town on their bylaws and stuff. And the fire chief is really not up on the containment system. So there was some back and forth with some consultants he's working with. So a lot of it right now is up in the air, and a lot of these systems, a lot of these small towns don't really know how to deal with it and how to or put in any bylaws or any kind of variances or zoning systems or that kind of stuff in order to regulate it. So but there is new battery technology coming out very soon that's going to be a lot less impactful to the environment, let's put it that way. So
Right, yeah, we've seen some stuff about that, and we know that it's not yet commercially available, but I'm sure it will be before too very long. I don't know if you know this, Dave, but the battery energy storage systems are classified by the state as basically solar energy. They count toward the Massachusetts climate goals. So they are sheltered to some extent from zoning regulations, but they are not sheltered from Board of Health regulations because our powers are different and they derive from different parts of the code. So that's why we are doing this, because it's not something we particularly wanted to do, but we've been encouraged to do it by others.
Well, thanks for letting me just pine in there for a little bit.
No, that's good. That's good. Now, Garrett, you have a thing you want to talk about, I believe. Unless we have more to talk about the storage, battery storage.
Did we want to take David first, or we touch on that, or do you want me to go ahead?
I want you to go ahead.
Okay. So I sent out this afternoon, in case other board members didn't receive it, an email that came out for COG through the Health and Medical Coordinating Coalition, on behalf of MAFCO. So MAFCO for David is the why did the acronym just leave me?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah, I
They're
just went
so-
over it, Garrett. I just went
Um,
over that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are so many acronyms.
Noreen, help me here.
Mohawk Area Public Health
Mohawk area.
Coalition.
Yeah, Mohawk Area Public Health Coalition. So MAFCO is required through the CDC and MDPH grant to do a discussion-based exercise this budget period. And there's been a separate committee within MAFCO that has been working with a contractor to organize the exercise. I'm not a part of that committee. They've set the date for the exercise, and surprisingly, it's very soon. So they announced the exercise on this past Monday, and it's January 7th. And all the requirement based on the grant from DPH is that all Franklin County communities participate, and that the participation be reflective of public health, emergency management, public safety.
Okay.
And so the exercise is, like I said, on the 7th. It's in the morning in Greenfield.
I'd like to attend that, guys. I mean, I don't care about the money or being paid or anything, but I do it. Let's say the reason why I say that is because I'm working on a master's degree right now, and environmental health and safety management, and through Rochester Institute of Technology, and my environmental engineering. Finally getting that engineering degree. So all this is a plus for me. That's why I like this job. It's because I'm seeing a whole nother side of the environmental world. Coming out of manufacturing, and that in industrial and those regulations are very strict, and OSHA and NFPA rules are, I get into all kinds of stuff with that as well. But yeah, anything like that you guys want to do. And I also heard that you guys out in Shutesbury were trying to fight MWRA for some some kickback. Because we're basically protecting their watershed. And then up in here in Orange in the Swift River, that everything that flows down into the Quabbin, I think I'd like to get involved in something like that as well, just to let you guys know, because our sewer rates and our we're just required by EPA to upgrade our wastewater treatment system, and it's like a 22% increase in sewer rates because of the chemical costs and the increase in volume in the wastewater treatment plant. I've been in the wastewater field for 36. I don't want to go there because I'm a young 62, but you know what I'm saying? It's just like they do all this stuff, but then all of a sudden these small rural communities who are just basically all septic systems and stuff are paying for the water for Boston to drink, but we're not getting any benefit from it. And it's really our watershed. You know what I mean? So it's just my opinion. I think those 5 towns, and I had relatives who lived in those 5 towns that were flooded, and I think we should get some compensation from that. We should have some benefit from that, but that's just my opinion.
Right. We as a Board of Health don't really have anything to do with that. What would have to happen, and this is basically a thing in the legislature, is they'd have to adjust the payments in lieu of taxes, because what we are losing in taxes from the protected land is far less than it would be worth to us.
Okay.
And then rather than what they are paying for it. So that's happening at a completely different level from the Board of Health. Now, as far as this exercise goes, you are quite welcome to attend as our agent.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, I
and
will.
really to come to anything else that that is interesting to you.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
we'll save them.
I've in the industry in manufacturing, I've done a lot of emergency contingency planning, emergency response, hazmat, all that kind of stuff. I've been in the hazmat role as the coordinator of a hazmat situation. I know the team in Orange. I know the fire chief very, very well. In fact, the deputy fire chief is my cousin. So, but those guys, and then I work with a lot with the DEP on hazardous waste management and those storage systems, containment systems, underground storage tanks, above ground storage tanks, oil waste systems, remediation systems, and so I've always had an interest in this field. I find this field very, very interesting, and you can go off on all kinds of tangents and stuff. But anything like that, I would definitely like to attend as your agent, and just to so I get a kind of a hands-on knowledge of what's really going on and what the systems are like. And that's free, and that's free education. So anything like that, I'll attend. And just let me, you guys let me know. Hey, we're having something out in Shutesbury. Let me know. I'll come down, and I'll even help you with whatever you've got going on down there, and just volunteer my time. Because usually on the weekend I'm not doing anything but having a girlfriend scream at me. But other than that, it's I'm usually free, except for I'm religious and I go to church. But other than that, I'm pretty free. So
So everybody, when I sent out the the
minutes.
email with the Zoom link in it, David's preferred email, which is not his official email, but his private email, is in that. So you have it. So let's just keep him in the loop when we are communicating among ourselves.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't mind. The only thing that they told me in Irving was, and I just talked to the lawyer today. He says any kind of like public meeting or anything or thing like this, they could come after my phone or my personal laptop, anything I have on these systems, and if we had to go to court for something, they could come after my equipment. So that's why Irving recommended that I get a separate phone, a separate laptop to
Mhm,
do this kind of stuff.
mhm.
And I have no problem right now using my private link. You guys can anytime contact me privately. But I'm just kind of leery of because I'm in the public domain now, and there's some stuff. I have a part-time business too. I do some consulting on the side, and some of that stuff is private. So and it's private clients that I work with. It's a mold business, and so I do a lot of infrared thermal imaging of different stuff. And radon and that sort of thing. So those clients don't want that information publicly available. So I'm kind of a little bit leery, but for the interim before I'm issued a phone and that sort of thing. And I do have a laptop, but for now, I think it's safe enough to say, I'm new. I don't know anything, and so it's pretty easy for you guys just to communicate me through that email. It's not a problem.
Okay.
And yeah,
Okay. If you get more equipped and then want us to change to your irving.gov uh, email,
yeah. Then then
just let
then what
us
I'll
know.
do. Yeah, then what I'll do is I'll bring my laptop here at my home because if you guys are meeting that night, it makes sense for me if it's all virtual to be here and not, because Irving's 10 minutes away from me and you guys are not that far away anyways. But the thing is, if I'm going to do virtual, I have full Wi-Fi. I have all the bells and whistles here in a home office. So I'll just bring my laptop here, my public laptop and my public phone, and we can do it that way eventually. That should be within a month or so because they ordered me a new iPhone and all that kind of stuff. So we should be
Okay.
good to go. I'll just let you guys know when that happens so we can change over. And then all the links to the Zoom meetings and stuff can be all sent to that Irving email and go from
Right.
there.
Right.
Kat, may I address that too? While David's talking about laptops, at some point, maybe not tonight in the meeting, but we should bring him up to date on the collaborative, and there is an iPad for him to use when doing inspections here in Shutesbury.
Right.
Yeah, so that, and there's training available.
Yeah, that WimWam. Yeah, I've been briefed on that a
Yeah,
little bit.
okay, good.
Yeah, yeah. And then what I'm doing with Northfield too is they're doing the same thing. And I was up there the other night and I met with them and Dr. Ruth Potee and talking to them about, and Monday I'm going up for a bakery inspection, which should be interesting, but, an old fashioned bakery, by the way. I'm kind of interested in that, but, yeah, I'd like to have that equipment. So when I do site inspections of whatever, it's all logged on the computer and then it's, it's PDF'd and now it's a public record versus me using my own iPad or my own laptop. And then, it gets kind of, if we have to go to court for anything, they're going to want to see that, so, and my personal stuff is my personal, there's a lot of stuff on here that, I mean, I'm not like, I don't have anything illegal or anything, but it's just that, there's personal financial stuff and
Right. You want your privacy. We understand that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's perfectly natural. And so if you have a separate device, that is for the best. But let's get back to
Okay, sorry.
Garrett and this exercise on the 7th.
Okay.
So, go ahead, Arlene. You're muted.
The exercise is all in person. There is no virtual option for that. Is that right?
As far as I could understand it from what I've read,
Okay,
from the email that came out from FERCog.
sure. That's what my impression from what was forwarded along.
Yeah. So I did also reach out to Lenny. Lenny just completed doing work with MEMA to update the town's comprehensive emergency management plan, which does, in the update, it's based off of MEMA's newer template and does a much better job of talking about public health roles, which is good. So I reached out to Lenny to see if he would be interested in participating and said that it would be a good opportunity to bring some people together to consider the updated SEMP in the context of a scenario. One of the benefits to doing it is that the consultant will generate an after action report for the town, which benefits emergency management. So if there are things that are identified that they might want to seek grants for or request additional funding for, that can be a helpful document. So I offered to meet with Lenny here in the next few days to talk with him about the exercise and to see if we can bring some people together. The concern that I have is that it is a workday daytime.
Yeah.
And so that's a little bit challenging for me to participate. I may be able to, especially where it's going to be in person. I may be able to navigate that, but I just put that out there in case other board members might be able to participate in my place, but I'm going to attempt to.
That would be great. I'm able to participate. I'm not sure how much use I would be, but I can go at least.
Where in Greenfield is this exercise going to take place?
At the community college.
Oh, okay. GCC. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Downtown or out at the other campus?
I think it's not the downtown.
It says One College Drive, so I assume that's what's over there by Route 2.
Yeah, I think that is where it is.
Yeah. Okay.
I will still be out here in. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Noreen.
I'm sorry. They don't have a downtown facility any longer, Kat.
Oh, is that right?
Interesting. I am still out here on that date, so I am unable. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, I'll plan to go.
Okay.
And so at least we'll be represented.
Great.
Yeah,
So
I'll meet with you, Kat. Well, I'll go with you. I just want to observe what's going on and
yeah, that'd be good. That'd be excellent to have you there.
Yeah, no problem.
And the other reason I think it's good for David is because it involves multiple communities and that you cover.
Yeah,
So other communities are going to be there as well. So, and I'm 75% that I can go. I
Mm.
just need to rearrange a few things.
okay.
Okay, all
That
right.
would also be the date of our first meeting in January, wouldn't it be?
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. Our meetings will be the 7th and the 21st.
Mm.
But
Mhm.
you'll still be, well, I mean, obviously you can participate if you're not.
Yeah, our travel day is the next day, the 8th. We
Mhm.
head home, so.
Okay,
Just to give you guys an update on Title V, they're saying that in order for me to get the septic inspector license, I have to have a year experience with the board. But I got my wastewater license and my wastewater degree back in the 80s. And so I've got 36 years plus in both domestic and industrial wastewater treatment systems. And I know them very extremely well, and the chemistry and the biology and all that kind of stuff. And what I'm doing now is I'm going to the commission and asking for them to, and since I got this, all this technology, and I know all the science, to give me a waiver. And I've got Jeff McCarthy, or the chairman of the Irving board, behind me, and we're going to see if they're going to allow me to do the waiver so I can take the course in January. So I'll be able to get the inspector license probably by the end of January. So I'll have the septic inspector license, but the soil evaluation definitely has to be a year. So I won't be able to get the soil evaluator um, certification for at least a year. That's involved, and it takes, I was talking to Kathy Bridges up in Northfield, and she's a PE, and she was telling me that there's a lot involved. And she said, basically, Dave, she thinks it would be better if I would shadow a lot of the Title V inspections with her and with some other FERCog people who have done it and who are already registered sanitarians, to gain the on like the hands-on kind of knowledge. She says because when you go to take the exam, even if I learned it from a book or online, I get more knowledge from hands-on type of learning than I would from the online or from a book. Which is when I was out there doing the one the other day, she was talking about the perk test and the granular different soils and stuff, and so I was learning a lot, and stuff I didn't know, and then in proximity to wells and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's the route I want to take, and I am going to be taking the prep course for the registered sanitarian and the soil evaluator stuff. So I want to work on that for the next 8 to 10 months, and then be able to when I go in there, I'll pass it. I don't think I'll have any problem passing anything, but I just want to have the time to really absorb it so I know it cold. You know what I mean? So
so the person who's doing, um, uh, who's witnessing, perk tests and who is doing our septic system, uh, proposal and evaluation is a guy named Mike Thoreau, and he works out of Greenfield.
okay.
And so when I know that he has one of these things going on, I will let you know, and you guys can get in touch. And if it's possible, you might be able to go with him or sit with him or work with him.
I can come down to Shutesbury and shadow him, and then yeah, that'd be great. And then I could, then I could have a knowledge of not only the knowledge of doing it, but also a knowledge of the area and what systems are in place. So
Mhm.
and after over time, I can build up, a hands-on knowledge. Oh yeah, I remember the system we put in here, and the issues we had here with, fluvial flows and all that kind of stuff, and aquifers and fill and all that kind of stuff. So that's experience, like troubleshooting experience, you can't really gain from a book. It's more
Right.
like you've got to have you you've got to be in the trenches, in other words, so, and that's what Kathy was trying to explain to me. She says, in order to be a real effective inspector and soil evaluator, that's really how you should do it. So, and
So let
I
me
love
ask you
being,
this. Yeah.
okay, go
Um,
ahead.
so there's the soil evaluation for basically perk test and soil analysis, and there is the witnessing that, and there's the
Yes.
Title V inspections. There's inspections of existing septic systems. And the third thing is being able to evaluate septic system designs with respect to their compliance with Title V. And
Right.
when are you going to be able to start coursework on doing that?
Well, that's why I'm trying right now. I got a hold of New England Interstate Water Pollution Control Commission, and I'm I meet all the requirements for the advanced wastewater stuff, but I don't meet the requirements for Title V. And I've got the experience, but I don't meet the requirement is you're supposed to have a year experience with the Board of Health. And so my contention with them is saying, hey guys, look, I know the technology and I know it extremely well. I know, about leach pits. I know about leach fields. I know about the PVC perforated pipe. I know about D boxes. I know about the tanks. I know about how they're set. I know some of the engineering. Um, and you've grandfathered a lot of people in the past, and they're holding these Title V inspection licenses and certifications and soil evaluator certifications. But I'm like 5 levels above them with the degrees and the experience. I don't see why they won't allow me the waiver in order to take the course, which is going to be, which is for the inspector, it's going to be in January. I believe it's January 12th and 13th, and that's going to be at the DEP office in Worcester. And I could get there and hop, skip, and a jump because I'm very familiar with Worcester. I'm down there all the time, so it's not a big
Well,
deal to me. I just have to have permission from them. And I had some talks with them before, and they said, well, maybe if you submit, your resume and your credentials and your transcripts and all that kind of stuff, and then let us review it, and then maybe we will grant a waiver for you. So that's the route I'm trying to take.
would a
And
letter from us be helpful?
yeah, I think that would. And then Jeff's going to do the same. So maybe we could get with Jeff and Kat, and maybe we could get with Kathy and say, Dave's, he's not green in the field. It's just that there's there's two different like sectors of wastewater septic systems. There's the public systems versus the private systems, and it's really it's septic systems. It's just that you know so if I could have like 3 or 4 letters from, well, like 3 letters from all different boards saying, yeah, we think Dave has the experience and the knowledge to take the exam and to take the course, because I'll take the course and I'll take the exam. I don't think I'd have any problem passing it. And I don't think I've had any problem with just the basic engineering and the testing of the perk testing. I was with Kathy. I said, this isn't hard at all. It's just a rate of how it perks down, and knowing all the units and everything, and that's not a big deal. And then I met with Tom Hilton from FERCog, and he's another registered sanitarian. And he's saying, Dave, it's not really that difficult. It's just that the way they originally set that commission up, it was like 2 separate entities. So I've got to get the commissioners together to allow me to take it. And once I get that, and I think if I get the support from the boards and you guys seeing my background and everything, and that would give me cannon fire to them to say, okay, yeah, we grant a waiver for Dave to take the course and take the exam early. That way, it pushes my inspection capability up rather quickly because you start getting into April and May and in those areas, that's when a lot of people do the Title V and they start selling properties and they need inspections and perk tests and all that kind of stuff. So it makes
So why don't you send me your basically what you need to have in a letter like this,
okay, yeah, I'll
something
I'll draft up a letter
yeah.
and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a hold. I know the lady at New England Interstate Water Pollution Control Association. I'm going to call her and say, okay, to grant a waiver, is there a format you want me to follow and to present it to their board? And if I have to go to Lowell to talk to them in person, I'll go down and I'll prove to them I know, what I know, and I'll even make like a PowerPoint presentation to give me the waiver. I'll do whatever it takes because I really want the certifications and it's a plus for me because I actually get credit for it toward my graduate degree. So that's what I'm looking for too. So it's like you know, it's
Well, obviously, we're interested in getting you online doing these jobs for us as
yeah,
soon as
yeah. I mean,
possible.
I'm getting paid to do this as a job. So I mean, yeah, I mean, the quicker I can get up on board and get up to snuff, I mean, then you guys don't have to go out and get a consultant or get somebody in from Greenfield. I'm local. I'm 5 minutes away from you guys. I'm down there all the time. And I know the area pretty well. I mean, I don't know every back road and byway, but I have a four-wheel drive truck and I love going, driving around. I mean, Shutesbury is a beautiful place. So I mean, it's like, and anything I could do to help you guys out, I mean, I'm willing to do that. And like not only that, if they're Irving's a little bit worried about budget right now, and they limited me to 30 hours, and I told them I said I'm not really overly concerned about that. I'll spend my own free time on getting educated as long as you pick up the tab of all these certifications and everything. And they said they would. I said, don't worry about the hourly rate because I know I can use these TCHs for all different kinds of different certifications I'm going for. So because I'm really trying to beef up my background and for other reasons. But it's just something I've always been interested in, and I love environmental and environmental engineering, that stuff. So it's all a plus for me. And
Okay, well, send me what you need to have said
I'll
and
do that. Yeah.
who to send it to and so on.
Hey, Kat, could you send me the NFPA reg for the lithium battery storage too? Because right now I'm working for George Hunt, and I'm working with his LSP, his licensed site professional down
Uh,
there, because he wants to build the lithium bank down. I think it's on top of the aquifer in Orange, and
yeah,
so
that's what I hear.
yeah, and
Right.
he owns I guess he owns Herrick's Tavern and he owns the Sportsplex down there too. And he's one of the biggest landowners in Orange, but he has a big array. And he told me, he said right now that array, he's generating $250,000 from that array. By putting in this lithium battery storage, he can almost double that profit. So I mean, hey, that's a plus. It's renewable energy. So but then again, you've got to protect the aquifers. You got to protect, you got to do the regulatory stuff too. So,
Right. The thing is, the copy of NFPA 855 that I have is a hard copy. It's a book.
oh,
And
okay.
so
So,
I don't have it in a shareable format.
no, I just need to know the number, and I have, I think I have a prescription to NFPA. I probably can get a download from it.
Uh-huh. It's number 855.
855. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll note that down. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Kat. Thanks, guys.
Right.
Appreciate it. I don't mean to interrupt. Go ahead with the
No,
meeting.
no, we wanted you to be here so we could kind of, meet you.
Yeah.
Do we have more things we need to do at this meeting?
I have nothing
It's-
more.
I'm
I-
sorry, what did you say?
I have nothing more.
Okay.
Do you guys have any new construction? I heard that the guy who owned Kitteridge or whoever used to own Yankee Candle, and now
No, that's in Leverett.
oh, it's on Leverett. Okay. And that's not under your purview, right? Yeah, okay.
Clever. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Fortunately, we don't have to deal with that.
Well, I had heard that FERCog is thinking about making an East Franklin regional district, and I said, "Well, does that mean I'm going to take on more towns?" And they said, "Well, possibly in the future." I said, "Well, right now I'm having a little difficulty absorbing everything from all three, and it's okay, but it's just that, I have one brain and I get tired." So,
Yeah, well,
you know,
the three towns in the district, it's a voluntary association. It's not like like they could assign other towns to it. Other towns, if they want to join, would have to,
ask you
ask each of
guys,
them.
be a
Yeah.
coalition, like, yeah.
There is one other town, Ashfield, that has talked about possibly joining the district, but they haven't taken any action on that. And so it's something
Also, Kat, just to let you
speculative.
know, they've got me going over budget. So I read through it basically this today, and I guess they bill out to you guys for my services or whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you want to be a part of that. I can let Jeff know. We're going to be going over that, and then in Northfield, I'll do the same. But how they're going to structure that, and I'm not really a financial guy, but they're going to set the budget for the year. So, and how that
Yeah, yeah. The way that happens normally is that the district meets and the district votes on the budget that the health agent um, proposes, but you're not really in a position to propose that budget. So it sounds like Jeff will work with you on
Okay.
that, and then we'll have to get together and meet on that. At present, Shutesbury pays 43%
Okay.
the total budget. And that gets adjusted periodically as things change in the different towns.
Okay. All right. Yeah. This is great, guys. I love this. I mean, it's great to meet you all, and anything you need from me, and anytime you want me to just kind of attend something or anything, just let me know. Anything local or anything in
Mhm.
Greenfield. I'm not that far away from Greenfield. I'm 10 minutes away from Irving. I'm probably 10, 15 minutes away from Shrewsbury. Northfield's probably 10 miles away. And I grew up in Orange anyways, and I know the Quabbin area and Shrewsbury was down, Hamilton Orchards, all that. So, anytime you guys want me to come down there, it's just like, yeah, I'll just take a Sunday drive and come down and visit with you, and you can just show me what's going on and
Right.
whatever. I'm a very
Yeah.
flexible guy too, so I
Yeah.
like
When
I
the
like
when the weather is better, we'll want to do that, but
yeah. Well,
probably not right now. Whenever we have a meeting, I will include you in the list, the email list for the agenda and the Zoom link. And so
okay,
you'll be able to see what's on the agenda. If there's something you think is interesting, you're welcome to come to the meeting anytime. They're open meetings, anybody can come. And if we want you to join us, we'll ask you to do that.
okay. Now, if I see something that, because I'm getting a lot of stuff from DEP now, there's a lot of things on PFAS coming out. There's some new legislation being done by Representative Blaze. I've been in contact with Sue Whips. I know her personally, and Natalie Blaze is working on some PFAS stuff. So
Mhm.
I'll update you guys on what's coming up there, because that's a big thing right now with a lot of different areas. And
Right, including this one. Yeah.
yeah, and there's some new stuff coming out on the World Health Organization and some of how they're going to be reporting now with CDC and NIOSH and stuff. So
Mhm.
I'm familiar with that, and I've been talking with Dr. Ruth Botti, who was with Chris Donlin down at the Franklin County Sheriff for a while doing the opiate stuff. So and I know her because I went to high school with her. So that was kind of strange the other night, but yeah, so I can help out a little bit on that. And I'm not a medical person, but I can kind of anything I see, I'll let you guys know, or anything from a regulatory point of view, anything I see in the field and that we should be aware of, I'll let the board know
Excellent.
right away. All right. That's why you guys hire me. I mean, it's kind of like, I look at a lot of stuff, guys. I don't watch TV anymore. I don't have any time, but it doesn't matter because I really, really love what I do. So,
Excellent.
it's cool.
Board of Health, does anybody have questions for Dave? I'm thinking we could adjourn. What do you think? Any,
No complaints.
okay, I am going to invoke executive privilege again, and I'm simply going to declare the meeting over. Yeah,
Okay.
so.
Thank you
it's
for your
so-
time,
so-
Dave.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
thanks for
glad to meet you
coming, Dave.
guys. Hey, and like I said, if you guys want to just chat or anything, feel free to give me a call, text me, or email me. It's not a problem. Anytime, and if there's anything going on, and you guys want me to be involved, I'll just do it. There's just for fun, So
Excellent.
just let me know.
Okay,
right.
thank you.
Have a good night, guys.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Take care.
Yes.
Yep.
Good
Good
night,
night,
everyone.
everybody.
Yep.
Yep. Good
Bye
night.
bye. Yep.